I really wish I had spoken and reviewed Relife way in the beginning because it's been one of my favorite mangas recently with the whole slice of life genre that I've been getting into, and I felt like, well, it's better late than never, right? So we're gonna talk about the latest chapter that came out, chapter 221. To kind of go over what happened last chapter, is we found out that Kaizaki and Hishiro finally recognized each other, and it's because of their little cell phone tags, the strap that they had reminded them of what promises that they made, and it ended with them hugging. And in this chapter, what we have is we have them sitting on a bench, and Hishiro's talking about like, yeah, I kind of figured out that you were a test subject like way in the beginning, and he was like, no, I couldn't believe that, like, but that does make sense. Sometimes you would act weird around me, so that he started putting pieces together. But Hishiro was always way smart, and already knew from the beginning. We already knew that, and so she just kept up this charade, so that her memories wouldn't be wiped and his wouldn't be either. We're finding out that they were test subjects, and then one of the best things that happened in this chapter was Kaizaki was finally very honest with how he was feeling with Hishiro, because at one point he talks about how he does love her and how much he was holding back, all the time that they were in high school. He wanted to hug her, kiss her, all this other stuff, but he felt like this is a high school girl. I can't do this with her. And when he starts talking about that, he starts to hug her, and like he hugs, like embraces her with like a lot of emotion and love. One of the lines he says is like, you know how much self-control I had, and I was like, oh dang, like he really wanted to do some stuff. Like, yeah, just funny wording the way that it was translated. But that was really good. I'm glad that he was very honest with himself, and Hishiro, we've always known that she had a lot of self-confidence issues. So one of the things that she was kind of contemplating was, you told me that you liked me when I was a high school student. Like, does that apply now? Do you feel that way about me now? And he says, I loved you back then, and I love you that you're much prettier now, 10 years older. And so, he does, and he finally asks her out and tells her that he loves her, which is good. And then you see them finally kiss. Well, you don't see it, you see it like from the back of their head, so it's implied that they kiss. And then the last final panels of the chapter, you see them back at the Relife laboratory, and they're talking. They're talking. They're getting ready for the next subject, which Kaizaki is going to be the one in charge of. And so Yoake and is it Onya? Oga? I can't remember. I always forget their names. But their mentors are the ones telling him, hey, get ready, you gotta go to the lab and meet your girlfriend. And he gets all embarrassed, typical manga anime stuff. So, and that's actually where we find out that Hishiro is working. She's gonna work at the actual lab. And there's this funny joke where the main lab dude says like, oh, hey, Hishiro, your husband's here. And Kaizaki's like, husband? And she's like, he's not my husband yet. And he's like, not yet. So it was a little funny exchange there. And he goes there to get the pill to give to the subject. Now it says it's subject number 5, and I'm pretty sure we already know who this is going to be. If not, I think you should put the pieces together, because I'm going to tell you who I'm pretty sure it's going to be in 3, 2, 1. It's Oga's brother. Oga's brother is going to be the next test subject, because if you think about it, like, we weren't introduced to a lot of characters outside of their friends. I mean, we had some teachers here and there, but there was never a story about them that developed that showed that they could possibly be the next experiment. But Oga's brother is gonna be the next one. It's gonna be interesting because I don't know if they're gonna do a spin-off or a sequel to the manga, because he's gonna have to be the one going with his brother back to high school, and I don't know how they're gonna hide it, because he's still living with his parents. And so it's very interesting. I want to see what they're gonna do and how they're gonna keep it a secret from Oga and from all the other people, Karyu. And I wonder if they're gonna do it in high school, or if they're gonna have him do it in college so that they meet up with everyone else again. So that's another possibility that they could do is have it set in college instead of high school. I maybe, but it'd be kind of weird because then they would erase. I don't know. There's so many things that could happen if that does, because then his brother's Olga's memories could be erased, but not because they're brothers, and they could reawaken it. Which also makes me wonder, like, can they do, or I mean, can Kaizaki and Hishido do something to where they remember, or that makes Olga and them all remember the times that they had? It never explains it too much. I'm guessing that there has to be strong emotional feelings, not necessarily be in love or romantic feelings, but I think there has to be a strong emotional attachment there. And I think they've all created that all throughout the series, so it could happen. But again, I'm pretty sure next week it's gonna be revealed that it's Olga's brother. We're gonna get his name, because if I remember correctly, we were never told his name. We just referred as Olga's older brother. I really hope they do a sequel or something like that, because it's been fun reading this manga. It was slow at some parts, and maybe didn't care about some of the side characters that they focused on for a little bit, but ultimately I did love the story and the development of Kaizaki and Hishido, and that they ended up together, and that they showed us that instead of leaving it at them realizing it and then ending it there. So I can't wait for the next chapter. I think it's ending in 2 or 3 chapters, or maybe it's the next chapter. I don't remember, but get ready for my review on that, and as a series as a whole. It's going to be awesome. Again, this chapter was really good. I'm glad it hit all the points I wanted it to hit. It gave me the long-awaited confession and kiss that we've always wanted in any type of anime or manga that has a couple that you just want them to get together. So great. It was like a 9 out of 10. So thanks so much for listening. If you have any more mangas that you want me to review, just let me know in the comments section. This is David the Smash Fan from Chibi no Podcast, and I'm out.